सारिका स्टडी एकेडमी। तो आज क्लास 8 का इंग्लिश का यूनिट 5 इसका पार्ट 4 हम देखेंगे इस वीडियो में। एक्टिविटी 3 से पेज नंबर 69। रीड द इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ द पोएम द रोड नॉट टेकन एंड राइट व्हाट यू हैव डिराइव्ड फ्रॉम दैट इज मेन आइडिया each of them. Interpretation first. The answer is the poem The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost is about the choices that one makes in life. One choice is a little risky and the other one is a beaten track. At the fork, he concludes that the less traveled trail would be more rewarding. When he reaches the end of it, he will keep the other path for some other day in future, even though he knows that one path lead to another and that he won't get a chance to go back, but someday in future he will be telling the story with a sigh, suggesting that he will wonder what life would have been like if he had chosen the more trodden path, even though the path he chose has made all the differences to him. Interpretation second. The answer is The Road Not Taken is one of the most misunderstood poem. The final line, I took the one less traveled by and that has made all the differences, indicate the poet is an individualist with a spirit of adventure, but this interpretation is doubtful. At the fork of the road, once he chooses the less traveled one and left the other, hoping that someday in future he will take it too. But in the end, he says that the one he chose made all the differences for him. According to one views, it is the human tendency to wobble illogically in decision and later to assume that the decision was after all logical and enormously important. Page number 70. Interpretation third. The answer is, according to Frost biographer, the importance of the poem The Road Not Taken has been overstated. He tells that his poem had been intended as a joke at the expense of his friend and fellow poet Edward Thomas, for Thomas invariably gave unnecessary attention to small matters, to choice impossible to change. Later Frost insisted that in his case is the line and that has made all the differences which is taken straight was all wrong. Frost and Thomas went on long walks together. Thomas would choose a route to show his American friends a rare plant or a special visa, but Thomas would regret the choice he had made. The would sigh over what he might have shown first if they had taken a better direction. This is how Frost teased Thomas. Thus this poem is nothing but a gentle jest at Thomas' expenses. Activity 4. Compare the past with the present. These sentences show situation in the past. Read them carefully and write corresponding sentences about the same situation in the present. The answer is situation in past, situation in present. In first point, the answer is, first point, there was a time when car parking was no problem at all. Situation in present, nowadays car parking has become a big problem. Second, there was no way to know which road was best back then. Situation in present, nowadays there are many ways to know which road is best back then. Third point, policemen wore long wool coats and tall hats in those days. Situation in present, policemen in these days wear khaki or white pant and shirt with grey caps on their head. Fourth, in the past, leaving a fence unpainted was unheard of. Thus, situation in present, nowadays buildings hardly have fences, they have compound wall well painted. Fifth point, in earlier time people believed in giant and fairies. Situation in present, these days people hardly believe in giant and fairies. एक्टिविटी 5 हम नेक्स्ट पार्ट में देखेंगे। तब तक के लिए टेक केयर, बाय।